What's going on, everybody? I'm looking at it's Monday afternoon here in the middle of October, and I'm looking at AARP circular here, AARP that I get, and what I'm looking at is one of the articles here about the midterm election. So it says here 10 ways the midterm election will affect older Americans. It says, number one, shoring up Social Security. Social Security trust funds will fall short by 2034. If that happens, the benefits will drop by about 20%. And a 2018 government report says, some elected officials have proposed cutting Social Security as part of a deficit reduction. The results of congressional races in November could determine whether that gains momentum in Washington, and if Republicans still control Congress next year, Social Security's cost of living adjustment could face a major change. The Consumer Price Index, the CPI, which determines increases based on inflation, may be ditched for the chained CPI, which assumes consumers will buy cheaper goods if relative prices change. So it substitutes less expensive things for pricier items, chicken, steak. If that happens, Social Security benefits will increase, tied to inflation will fall. It compounds against you the longer you receive benefits, said Gary Koenig, Vice President of Financial Security of AARP's Public Policy Institute. Two, rising drug prices. Prescription drugs are increasing at a rate 10 times faster than inflation. State legislatures, Congress and the federal government are starting to take on pharmaceutical companies at state level. More than 80 bills will try to lower drug prices were introduced in 2017, according to the National Academy State of Health Policy, NASHP. But only a few have passed so far. President Trump to announce his plans to cut drug prices, although he dropped his campaign to vow to allow the federal government to directly negotiate lower prices for Medicare beneficiaries. AARP supports allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices, permitting the importation safer, lower cost drugs and speeding generic drugs to market. Drug prices are just too high, says Leigh Purvis of the AARP Public Policy Institute. The trend simply can't continue. Last, three, it says Medicare funding. Medicare's trust fund will fall short by 2026. According to a report by our program's trustees in June, House Republicans have proposed a budget that would give seniors a voucher-type option to enroll in private health plans, and proposed other changes that would squeeze $537 billion out of Medicare. Whether that proposal moves ahead could depend on the controls of Congress after November. Lena Walker, Vice President of Health Security in AARP's Public Policy Institute, said, if your legislature tells you that the Medicare is going broke and requires draconian changes to fix it, ask more questions. For example, does his or her proposal simply shift more cost onto the consumer, or does it try to reduce health costs and cut wasteful spending? That's from AARP. It's there on Monday.